Demo Discs is back, and the main man, the CEO, the head honcho of Chorizo Machine Enterprises is with me. Mike, how are you doing?
I love it when you call me a CEO, mate. It makes me all excited. I'm good. I am good. I'm really looking forward to this. I look forward to this all week, guys, because it's Demo Discs on the PlayStation. What more to be said? What disc are we looking at first, then?
We're looking at Demo Disc number 8, which was your choice. Now, as I ask, what was the reason you chose Demo Disc 8? Which game specifically?
I wanted to see the Resident Evil trailer, basically, to see what that was about. I don't know if I remember it or not.
I had a feeling you'd say that, so let's go for it. Let's fire up the Resident Evil trailer, which starts literally straight away. So here we go.
Oh, look at this. Virgin Interactive Entertainment. I like the way they panned that logo in. That was cool.
Now, I erroneously thought this was a prototype version of Resident Evil. The footage would come from a prototype version. When I watched this again earlier on, I realised this must be from close to the final version because various things are where they should be compared to the final game. But I've seen a trailer very similar to this where it shows you prototype footage. It shows you earlier parts of the game.
Yeah, I have seen this trailer before, but I am glad we're watching it again. I haven't seen it for a long time.
What I find amusing though, and I guess they did it because obviously kids would be buying the magazine, you'll see it in a moment, when something happens, it's censored, and you get a censored message that appears on the screen with various things. Yep, you'll see it in a second, because obviously the dogs start attacking. So it's coming up now. There you go. It censors all the biting and all the blood and all the guts that you'd see otherwise in the trailer.
Yeah, because
and even when it gets to the gameplay, it does the same,
isn't it, mate?
Yeah, and even when it gets into the gameplay that it shows you, it will do exactly the same. So when Jill walks up to a zombie, if the zombie goes to bite her, it'll be censored.
Oh, okay.
There's all sorts of stuff. So you'll see it in a second because it switches to gameplay now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Really?
Because obviously it's for a different audience.
Really, really awesome. It really is to see this. Because obviously I've played the first game. I completed the first game back in the day on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I recently finished this game. I didn't back in the day. I played it. I never finished it. I've recently finished it. Incredible game. A bit ctricky to play these days with the tank controls, but just, yeah, so atmospheric, so scary.
Yeah, so here's another thing where it censors the zombie that's on the floor that's now biting Jill's foot.
I mean,
she stamps on its head.
You don't need to censor that, surely.
And the dog's jumping through the window. Yeah, this is definitely the near final version because the dog's jumping through the window is on obviously the final version of the game. On one of the prototype versions I've seen, it's completely different when you walk into that corridor. It's not the dogs.
Oh, what'd you get instead?
You get the spiders on the ceiling that come later on in the game. On the prototype that I've seen and played. Yeah.
Spiders. Okay, so they were supposed to be in that corridor. That's interesting. Oh, I remember the puzzle there.
So here's the plants. Yeah, and then you've got the crows, and now you're looking at Chris instead of Jill. Yeah, and the same thing will happen here. So as soon as the zombie goes to grab Jill, then you'll see a censored message come up. You know what's coming. Of course it is. And then this is the last part, if memory serves me correctly, as Jill is about to get eaten by whatever's coming up to her here.
The shark, yeah.
Censored. Yeah, there you go.
They've more or less shown, like, all of the game there. They've shown so much of it, like, real late game stuff as well. I did say that I've seen that before. I haven't seen that trailer. I've seen the first kind of the beginning of it, but then I didn't remember all of that gameplay as well on top. It was cool to see that. But yeah, What's Shell Shock? Let's have a quick look at that as well.
Yeah, let's, because even I'm not sure on Shell Shock. We know Adidas or Adidas Power Soccer because we've covered it before on the channel. Shameless plug, Retro Football. Check it out.
Yeah.
Oh. So we get the piracy screen again. This is interesting. Oh, Core. Yes, I remember Core.
Same. I do as well, yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Yes.
They had some involvement in Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Yep.
Core Design, I think they were called.
Presents.
So let's see. Shell Shock, press X to start. Here we go. Or press cross to start. Here's the controls. Good God knows what they were because I didn't look. Oh, okay.
No, I haven't played this.
Oh, okay. I see what this is.
But mate, going back to it, tank controls.
Literally in a tank as well this time. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, I see what this is. This, for the time, would have been pretty cool.
This would have blown my mind at the time. It would have felt like playing a PC game, a high-end PC game for the time.
Absolutely, yeah. I would have liked this because all these sorts of games on the PC back in the day, I loved.
Same.
Things like Mech Warrior. I absolutely loved Mech Warrior.
Wow! Listen to the speech and stuff, man. This is cool.
This is absolutely awesome. I like this. How did we not see this? I've never heard of Shell Shock. How have we never played this?
I don't know, mate. I don't know why I haven't played this. We need to have a look at this for old school, maybe, because this is cool.
Definitely, maybe one we can cover in the future. That's a good thing about demo discs. I know we say this every episode, but you get to see games that otherwise you probably wouldn't have even looked at.
Spot on. It's true. It's true. We will always say it. It's true. It's exactly... Well, it was a time and a place. We don't get demos even on Xbox and PS5 now. You'll get trials for, like, FIFA and F1 on EA Play and that kind of thing. You don't get demos anymore, even online, digitally. It's over, really.
Yeah, which I think is a massive shame. I loved it. I love the fact that developers took the time to produce a demo where they'd give you a level or two or, you know, a couple of teams if it's a football game or whatever it was.
Yeah, just
all
give you
that's
a
lost.
taster.
Yeah, all that's lost for me. I mean, okay, it's nice to trial the full game, I get that. But I like the fact that with this, you fire it up and there's literally demos. It could be one level, it could be 3 levels.
Maybe they're just worried about sales today. Everything's so money focused that they're like, people will be put off. They'd rather sell the game at 70 quid and not worry that little Jimmy or little Jenny has wasted, essentially, 70 quid on a broken game at release.
Yeah, agree. And to me, it's just wrong. I think that's wrong. I think having a demo so you can see whether the game is any good or not before, you know, committing to purchasing it, or, you know, committing to the EA Play. I was about to call it sponsorship, but you know what I mean. It's going to come to me in a minute. Subscription. I knew it was a word beginning with S. I was going to get there.
It's usually me searching for words and you helping me.
I'm going to call it now, Mike. It's being shell-shocked.
Oh, it's good. It was a good one. Let's move on, mate. Let's get to the next disc.
Let's move on to the next demo. Here we go. So here we are, demo disc number 27 this time. This was my choice. Now, the reason I chose this was because of TOCA Touring Car Championship. Let's go for it.
I can't wait to see this. I can't wait. I've never played this game, so...
You've never played TOCA?
No, I liked F1 games back in the day, maybe Ridge Racer, but I didn't play a lot of other races. So it's cool to see a lot of these games that you were crazy about back in the day. Oh, look at the Renault there.
Yeah, I absolutely love this game. This is an official British Touring Car Championship game as well. So it's got the teams, it's got the tracks. I absolutely love this game. And it also had some cool little bonuses and cheats that you could put in, which I won't spoil because in the future we'll cover that.
Donington Park is a blast from the past.
Yep, Donington, a race around Donington. F1 actually raced in Donington in 1993.
Okay, that's interesting.
So here we go. I'm starting from 16th place and last in my Honda Accord.
Okay, look at this. It looks so cool.
It's awesome. And yes, there is a cockpit cam.
Oh my days, that's ahead of its time.
It's really, really good. And also...
Why?
The car's got a horn.
I love it, but why? Just that little touch.
Exactly. Oh, the AI is savage. They're absolutely savage.
Cody's. Codemasters at their best. They were brilliant. Codemasters with the snooker, with this. They were just great. You knew the game was going to be decent when it was Codemasters back in those days.
Absolutely. I mean, this absolutely blew me away. I loved this game when I played it back in the day. And yes, it would have been on a demo disc that I'd have played it. And then when I picked it up, it actually would have been a platinum release, you know, PlayStation Platinum versions that came out.
Yeah, a bit cheaper.
Yeah. And if memory serves, that had dual shock support. So the rumble support was included in the platinum version.
Okay.
Which was awesome to get that feedback.
Yeah, I would have been all over this. If I'd seen this trailer, or if I'd played the demo, I should say, of this, I would have gone out and bought it for sure.
Yeah, it really is awesome. I love this game. The only thing is the handling of the cars can be a bit twitchy. So if you do go hell for leather and you turn a bit sharply, the car's going to spin out. But that's true to life Because if you're going at breakneck speeds in a real touring car and suddenly steered sharply to the left or right, you're going to spin out. This game's awesome. It's tons of fun.
Yeah,
the cars feel like they've got weight to them as well, just to add.
I love the car models in this. But yeah, going back to your point, yeah, they're not F1 cars with loads of downforce, are they?
No, they're not. These are basically just modified road cars, because this would have been a Honda Accord that you could buy as a consumer on the road, just obviously with a bit of extra bodywork and some more power from the engine.
This looks fantastic. Did it review well?
It reviewed very well, and of course got a sequel, which was TOCA 2 Touring Cars, that again I fully intend for us to take a look at in the future. So that's TOCA 2. We'll go back to the menu and see what else is on there.
That was cool, mate. It was good to see that.
Yeah, Thruxton, which is a track that was very local to me, where I used to live all those years ago.
Yes.
And cool. I did see the touring cars at Thruxton as a youngster.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
It's
so
cool
here we go,
to
back
see,
to the menu.
It's cool to see all those cars, though, and all those tracks that would have been official in the game. But yeah, let's look at... Oh, mate, look at all these games. What the hell?
Some good ones there.
What's, I know G, please. What's that? Felony.
Felony. Okay, this is a driving game. It's one I'm familiar with because I have this game in my collection. But I'll show the viewers and yourself this game because you've not seen this before.
No, is it a cop car game, chasing criminals and stuff?
Not so much a cop car game, but it's a bit of almost like a rampage type game. Clear the goods, do damage, and get out of town fast. That gives you an idea of what to expect. And it is fun. It is a fun game. So here you're going to see it. Climax. When we get to the game.
Or will it be an anti-climax?
Felony 1179.
Felony 1179. I wonder what that guy is doing now who said that line. And I wonder how much he got paid for it.
He's probably saying, Felony 2023. So we got, I can choose a Mini or I can choose a pickup truck. Nice.
Look at this.
Let's choose the pickup truck. Here we go. Steal the golden wings from the limousine. Okay, so it's telling me what I need to do. And it gives you the route. There you go.
The hell are golden wings about?
Let's see. So here we go. Oh, there's the limo.
It's got the GTAs about it, the way it's been presented.
It does. Here we go. So it's an arcade game. You've got a time limit. Here we go. Ready? Go.
Gladiators ready.
It's got camera views. It's a bit of fun. The handling's quite good fun. And also you get points, or you get cash for causing damage. So you can see at the moment the total amount is $0. As I hit things along the way, that will start counting up.
Did you buy this game back in the day?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I bought this. It was cheap when I bought it because it had been out for quite a while. But yeah, I did buy this and enjoyed it. Thought it was a lot of fun. So there you go. I've crashed into a police car and racked up some money because of it.
Racked up some money for smashing into a cop car. I love the logic.
But yeah, the idea is for me to chase down that limo, which I'm over the speed limit as well.
Don't tell me you'll get money for that, yeah?
I didn't, interestingly. So yeah, I'm chasing after that limo. Oh, I've got to go this way. I've got to go this way. There we go. So this is one maybe in the future we'll check out on Old School, because this one is fun.
It looks really cool, yeah.
It is. It's fun and games. It's just a straightforward arcadey drive and smash 'em up game. It's awesome.
Yeah, like I say, this passed me by. I want to know what the golden wings are. Maybe I'll never find out.
I've got to catch up to the limousine first, and the viewers will probably fall asleep by the time I do that.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's move on. It's fine.
Any other games on this disc, or shall we move on to the third choice?
Let's get to the third choice.
So this time it's Euro Demo number 32. This was Mike's second choice, and I can see lots of good games on this already. Look at this.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Euro Demo 32? Tell the audience.
There was a few on here. Newman, Haas Racing.
Oh, yeah.
And Crime Killer, because I want to know what the hell Crime Killer is. I remember that game, but I don't know if I've played it. So that was my reasoning.
Okay, shall we go for Crime Killer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because Newman, Haas Racing, I'm going to let the viewers know, I'm familiar with that game. And I had that and bought it back in the day.
It's got nothing to do with Haas, current day F1, is it? Haas team.
Sort of. Sort of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait till we get there then.
Yeah, sort of it has. So it's an IndyCar team. It was the Newman Haas team was an IndyCar team, which Paul Newman, yes, the same Paul Newman that you might know from Hollywood, and Carl Haas owned that team.
Oh.
Yeah, so here we go. Crime Killer. I'm not sure if I've ever played this.
Look at this.
This looks awesome. This is playable, hopefully. Yeah, it is. Here we go. Officer 88.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we end up doing. Loading.
I'm not familiar with Pixel Logic, I have to say.
No, they're not a developer or a publisher that I'm particularly familiar with either. So let's see what this is all about. Once it loads.
Yeah, we keep it authentic, guys. We have said this before. We leave these loading screens in just so we get that vibe, that feeling of what it was like on the Sony PlayStation back in the day. The loading times were long sometimes.
They were lengthy. Yeah, they could be very, very lengthy. This is taking the pairs a little bit, though, I've got to say.
Maybe it's crashed.
It might have done. Maybe this is one of these occasions where the emulator... Oh, hang on.
There you go.
Here it is.
That was the loading time. That was it.
Here we go. Hijacked police car ahead. Right, so now what happens? Whoa.
Look at this.
What is going on here? Why am I in reverse? because square is accelerate. Oh my goodness me. What is going on with the handling?
Future Cup. This looks dreadful.
Oh my god, this is awful. This thing feels like a bloody hover car.
Yeah,
or a hovercraft.
This looks dreadful. It's like I say, Future Cup. Let's just get cups in the future. And yeah, there's not a lot of thought that's gone into this by the looks of things. That's probably why we haven't heard of Pixel Logic. This is their one and only game, maybe. I don't know.
This, I'm going to use a word, well, 2 words to describe this, Mike. Piss poor. This is piss poor. I don't like this.
It looks it, to be fair. It looks woeful. There we go, guys. We know what Crime Killer is. Avoid that.
More like Grime Killer. Let's get out of that one and go back to the menu. Now, is it going to let us go back to the menu, or are we going to have to restart the disc? Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's going to let us.
Looks like it's rebooted for us.
Yeah, one to avoid. Now, I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Be interesting to see review scores for Crime Killer, to see what everybody thought of it.
Yeah, as Dave gets to the next game, guys, I'll have a look at Pixel Logic on my phone here to see what other games they made. There's Newman Haas Racing. Here we go. I'm looking forward to this as well.
We're going to fire up Newman Haas. Anybody that's a fan of IndyCar, which I was, certainly back in those days, will remember this game. And I loved it. It was basically a bit like Formula 1 on steroids.
Oh, man. There we go. This looks cool.
Loved it.
This looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, prototype menu. That's completely different to the final menu. Totally different. Completely different menu design.
Yeah, quickly going back. Oh, Michael Andretti.
Yes.
Wasn't he
that's right.
an F1 champion?
No, he was a terrible F1 driver, as it turned out.
Because I know an American F1 driver did win the championship.
Mario Andretti, that's it, his father.
Oh,
yeah, his father,
okay.
who was also an IndyCar racer. Here we go. Newman Haas, I love it. Long Beach, I love Long Beach, but I'm going to crash.
Yeah, quickly, guys, whilst we remember, and I'll stop talking about it. Pixel Logic developer who made that Crime Killer game.
Crap Killer.
You just can't find anything online about them. It's
wow.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit Chris James.
That's madness. So yeah, so Crap Killer then isn't that good. This though, on the other hand, I absolutely love Newman Haas Racing. So one that you need to check out.
This looks fantastic, absolutely brilliant. I would have been all over this. Is this strictly F1 or is this IndyCar? Because it looks more like Indy to me.
It's IndyCar, 110% IndyCar, but it's made by the same people that did the Formula 1 games, which is why it looks so familiar.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, is there a bit of F1 thrown in as well, like a few F1 tracks? Because I know they are completely different entities, F1 and Indy, but I do know you get drivers going over to Indy from F1 and vice versa.
Yes, you do. So with this game, it's strictly just the IndyCar tracks and IndyCar teams. Yeah. So this is Long Beach, which ironically, Mike, was used in the 80s for Formula One races. They actually did race here.
Really?
Yes, they did. The American Grand Prix back in those days were at Long Beach.
This looks so cool. I would have enjoyed this. Was there commentary like we had with Murray Walker in the full game?
Yes, there was. There was commentary from a guy called Danny Sullivan, who was an IndyCar driver. And the commentary is decent. Commentary's quite good.
Oh, I love the camera angles, the way it zooms out and stuff. Is that you doing that, or is it on certain corners the game does it?
That's the game doing it when Dave makes contact with another car.
Oh, okay.
So if I crash, the camera goes all dramatic. It's good. I like it. So, there you go. So that was Newman Haas Racing, which is awesome. There is another game that I want to take a look at on this disc because, yes, it's another racer, but I think it's underrated. So let's get out of this and go back to the menu. End of demo. Cool. But yeah, Newman Haas Racing, I recommend it. It's a good game.
I like the car models. I'll say that again. They like TOCA. The car models are spot on. They look really cool.
They were awesome. So, we're going to play Motorhead. This game, I remember it, and I think it is underrated. This game I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, I remember Motorhead. I have played it obviously
really
way back in the day. I didn't own it. It was the typical story. Oh, Gremlin, of course.
And also, I've just realised this is a rolling demo, but we'll show it anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll show this anyway, because this demo, or this game, rather, Mike, had a 50 frames a second mode. Yes,
What?
50 frames, where it would run at 50 frames a second.
Back then, that's something just
back then,
unheard of, really.
And obviously, if you were in North America, it would be a 60 frames a second mode instead.
Oh man!
But what it did was it reduced the number of competitors there were on the tracks to make it run at 60.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing for the time. I loved it.
Yeah, I did. I like this game.
And anybody that's familiar with the Commodore Amiga and a certain pinball game, Pinball Fantasies, Pinball Dreams, Digital Illusions. Yeah, Digital Illusions were involved with this as well.
Yeah, I remember Pinball Fantasies. I love all the lighting and graphical effects in this game. The draw distance being decent as well for its time. Yeah, I borrowed this from a guy in college. I just could not stop playing it. But we've said this on the channel before. The PS1 with car games. What was the deal? There was so many of them.
There were so many really good ones and ones that people probably have completely forgotten about, which I'd put Motorhead in that category.
I would.
Because not many people would have played it, I don't think.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it, man. I'm glad you have featured this today on Demo Discs. Look at all the features there. Look at that.
Fantastic. So is there any other games, because this was your choice of discs, that you want to take a look at before we move on?
Yes, there was one on here again. It's the same old story. I don't remember it, guys. You know, my memory's like Z or Z. What is that?
Yeah. Let's fire it up and find out.
Do you know this game, mate?
This is one I am not familiar with.
Okay.
Z is another game, or Z is one that I've maybe seen in a magazine, but I've never played it.
That's the beauty of the demo discs. As we look at this black screen for 5 minutes.
Yeah. And our PlayStation is making all the funny CD noises that it makes in the background somewhere.
There's actually a bit of smoke coming off the PlayStation though, mate. I don't know if that's normal.
Or it might be. That might be the alternate reality mode kicking. No, that doesn't look good, does it? That doesn't look good at all.
All right, the sofa's on fire as well, guys.
Oh, no, we're going to have to evacuate the room. That's not looking good, is it?
No.
A totally black screen. Oh, dear. Is that the emulator? Is that the disc? Who knows?
Does it let you quit back?
It lets me do nothing. I think we're going to have to go to the final disc, the fourth one.
Yeah, let's definitely go there, because my curtains are on fire as well now.
So here we go. We are now looking at Euro Demo number 45 this time. So we're looking at the game. The reason that I chose this demo disc right now, Actua Ice Hockey 2. because I had this demo disc back in the day.
Oh man, can we just talk about the background there? I'm tripping balls. Look at this. This is crazy, man.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I thought it's just gonna have that one game on here, and
no,
you're actually scrolling
there's some belters
through
on there.
games. Here we go.
Yeah. There's some belters on this disc, and we'll take a look at a few of them.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Tekken
Let's start
3.
there, though. The actual ice hockey. That is a game I haven't played, but I do remember seeing footage. No, not even footage. Screenshots of it. I've never seen this in action, so I'm intrigued.
Wow. I mean, I remember seeing this, as I say, it was on the front cover of a demo disc. I bought the magazine, played the demo, and thought, this is awesome. And yes, that track, Are You Still Into It, is a real song, so we may have to mute the audio, because I think that's a real track.
I'll mute that in post-editing, because it's saying there, cutting edge music courtesy of Mogwai, which were a very big band around the time, and DJ Q.
Yeah, so this is a pumping dance track from what I can remember when it gets going, because I can remember loving it, thinking this is awesome, playing in the background of the demo.
Wow.
Yeah, this looks awesome, but again, Gremlin. Actua Soccer. You and I have both played the Actua Soccer games. This is them branching off into ice hockey, and they do a reasonable job of it, because this game's not bad.
Yeah, the Actua games were so cool. Look at the... I've noticed a TFI Friday advertisement on the ad board.
Yeah, and they've scored!
And Riley. That was a snooker club where I lived.
Yeah, right. Didn't Riley make snooker gear, like snooker cues and tables and things, I seem to remember. Yeah, so you guys won't be hearing this, but the DJ Q mix of the Mogwai track is kicking off, and I'm loving it. Oh, I didn't want to pause.
I thought it was a glitch. This looks cool. How does it play? It's not all style over substance, is it?
No, it plays quite nicely. It's more arcadey and more straightforward, a bit like the Actua Soccer games were. So it's not too bad. It's just getting used to the controls.
Oh, guys, the music. I'll put my own music in the background just so you can sort of bob your head along with us. I'll put some dance music.
Something similar to this.
Yeah, something similar. Yeah. This is cool. I like this.
It is awesome.
Try and score a goal, mate.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Right, here's another face-off. Let's see if I can even get the puck.
Going back to your point, mate, about this being more of an arcadey... Nearly in. More of an arcadey style ice hockey games. I prefer the arcadey ones when it comes to ice hockey.
Yeah, so you'll like this, because this is good. Same as. I prefer the more straightforward ones, always have done since the EA hockey days, and another save by the AI goalkeeper. Or goaltender. Oh, he went flying. So did he.
Fell on his ass.
There we go. Oh, he got me. I was trying to get breakaway and see if I could score.
The referee's cracking me up. You're trying to keep up with the action. Look at him.
So that was, of course, Actua Ice Hockey 2. Let's have a look at some of the other games. We've got Big Race USA, Gex Deep Cover Gecko, R-Type Delta, which I love the old R-Type games.
I do as well.
Ridge Racer Type 4. This is a lot of people's favourite Ridge Racer game. Swing, which I don't know what that is. Taifu. Pandora's Box, which is a Net Eurose game. And a Tekken 3 tournament video. Interesting.
Shall we quickly look at Ridge Racer? Because we kind of have to, because it's on this disc. And then I want to know what that Net Eurose is about.
The Net Eurose, yeah, we've got to look at that as well.
Yeah, that particular game, because obviously I know what Net Eurose is about. If you missed one of the previous demo disc episodes, guys, we did a bit of a section on Net Eurose and that, and talked about it at length, because Dave actually owns Net Eurose.
I've got a Net Eurose console, absolutely. What we will do as well in the future, Mike, is there is a disc that's got lots of the Net Eurose games on. We will cover that in a future demo disc episode to see lots of different Net Eurose creations. So here we go, Ridge Racer Type 4. Playable as well, which is awesome.
Lots of racers, guys, in this episode. So if you don't like your racers, apologies. It just how it was on the PS1. It was an era where people were playing a lot of sitting in the arcade, in the cabinets, playing these kind of games. So then to have them in your home consoles, it was kind of a thing.
It was. Now, this was my introduction to Ridge Racer Type 4 as well. It was on the same demo disc as Acura Ice Hockey 2. And I loved it. I thought this game was really, really good. Definitely steps up graphically from, Ridge Racer, Revolution and Rage. This is fantastic.
This is probably my favourite Ridge Racer, I have to say.
Type 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really, really good. I can understand why. And again with this, the whole point of the game is you're basically driving for a racing team.
Yeah, it still looks really good. It's aged well. This music, mate, am I going to have to do some editing, or is it...
No, this is generic music from Namco for the game, so you should be fine with this.
It sounds really cool.
It does. That was another thing I loved about all the Ridge Racer games, and I know people will laugh because it's repetitive dance music or techno or whatever. I loved it. It fits the game. It fits the theme of the game.
It does.
Yeah. Absolutely does.
I mean, we were in the 90s, weren't we? Around this point, mid-90s, late 90s.
Yeah, we were. So this would have been, I think this would have been around about 98, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah. And this kind of music, dance music, was huge here in the UK. It was huge in North America, certain styles of dance music were. So it was a time and a place for this music. And it, like Dave said, it did suit these style of games, especially.
It did, yeah. And it was all I listened to back then, sort of 98, 99, 2000. I was just massively into dance.
Yeah, a lot of I listened to a lot of electronic, like Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, Crystal Method, Bentley Rhythm Ace,
same as.
all those kind of artists as well. Especially around now, 98, when I would have been in college. So yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely. So Ridge Racer Type 4, an absolutely amazing game. We will go back to the menu because there's some more things we need to look at, including that Net Your Rose game. It's a power line. So swing, don't know what that is. Typhoon, Pandora's box. Let's go for it.
Are you sure you want to open Pandora's box, mate?
I'm not so sure. What has Net Your Rose and Pandora's box got in store for us now?
We've got a loading screen, which is good news. We like a loading screen rather than the black screen.
And we've got the Net Your Rose screen. That's the Your Rose launcher, essentially. So yes, Pandora's box, puzzle game.
So, getting technical, what operating system is Net Your Rose run on? Is it Linux?
Oh, now that's a very good question, because I think it's a custom operating system for the PlayStation rather than being, like an off-the-shelf operating system, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't even know if Linux... Was it a thing around 97,
Yes,
98?
It was.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. You're not far off. So this, is it a push-the-box type of game?
This looks cool as hell. This looks like a PC game, actually, funny enough.
It looks absolutely fantastic. I think is this a push-the-box?
There's a little gap where you can walk through, though, over there. What's that
look.
about?
There you go. It is. It's a push-the-box game. But I've got to make sure I don't push the wrong box into the wrong place.
Listen to that sound effect. It sounds dodgy.
But again, it's probably limited in terms of the amount of memory they could have used for the sound. Yeah, here we go. Dave's done the first puzzle. There you go. So that is Pandora's box.
Super cool.
Awesome.
So, am I right in saying this would have just been developed by some guy in his room, or an actual developer?
Yeah, it would have been someone in their room that decided to pick up a Net Your Rose on mail order. They would have designed this game, they would have coded it on their PC, and then they would have sent the code across to the PlayStation to actually run it.
Good times. Really good times.
Absolutely.
PlayStation ahead of the game, really. I mean, this was just awesome. I mean, we did have the option to do bits of coding on the ZX Spectrum and C64 and that kind of thing, because I even dabbled in it. I didn't really know what I was doing. But to have it in that with that depth and scale with the graphical options you had with the PS1, it was just so cool.
Yeah, and I think with that black screen, we're going to have to bring this episode of Demo Discs to a close. We're going to cover some other demos in the future, including a disc that's got lots of Net Your Roses to check out. So, thanks as ever for watching, and thanks Mike for joining me, because this has been awesome.
Yeah, and you guys won't see a black screen. I'll put a picture in it or something. I'll think of something so we're not just talking to a black screen and you're not just watching a black screen. Thank you, Dave, because I'm loving this series. And like Dave has said, guys, look out for Loads more stuff coming to the channel, more DaveStation, more demo discs, more. Whilst we've got you, Dave, on the line, you did say to me we were going to look at some more specific demo discs in the future.
We most certainly are, because there were some that were released for specific games. I'll give one example, because we're not going to give the game away completely. If any of you ever bought Resident Evil Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, a demo disc for that game would have been included in the box.
Wow. And on that note, look out for the next episode of Demo Discs coming soon.